Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad from Radko Tarot, and in this whole video we're going to look into Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and as well Aries Rising. Weekly general tarot reading June 21st up until June 27th, 2021. And should you be interested in a personal reading with me, guys, or if you do want to take my tarot classes, you can check out the description down below. And there you're going to see a link to my website where you can view and purchase either or both of these services. So with that being set aside, moving to the Aries reading of the week, and the first card you got Aries. That is going to be the King of Wands, followed by the second card here, which stands as the Five of Swords, followed by the third card, which is the Queen of Cups. The fourth card of your spread, that is going to be the Knight of Wands, and the last one that we do have in your spread, that is going to be the Three of Wands. So that will be a week of quite of a, just hold on a second, that is going to be a week of a quite of a drive that you are going to obtain. And the source of this drive is going to be an individual that you straight away are going to face right at the start of this week. But the thing is going to be that at certain points, you may start questioning your actions in regards to what you are doing through this cooperation, and at some point you may find there is a better way doing stuff around. So starting up the week here with the King of Wands. So these people, they are quite, I don't know if the word truly is joyful. What I am trying to say here is that these individuals, they love to enjoy life and they know how to do it to their full maximum. And when somebody else is around them, in this case particularly you, they do have that trait, or rather like that quirk, okay, that makes other people not just only happy but as well enthusiastic and to look bright toward the future, and so on and so forth. And Knights of the King of Wands, these people, they are very good into feeding up ambitions. And so by that point, should you be kind of like low in spirit about something, regardless if it's going to be about love or it's going to be about career, by you associating yourself with this guy or a woman, your enthusiasm to keep up either trying, or to keep up either pressing forward, to keep up with your relationship or searching love, or in generally in career, is going to be resuscitated. For they are very capable to transform ambitions and ideas into a very, very powerful drive. And the additional card that I'm going to throw here into this court card, that is going to be the Six of Swords. And the formation is a active friends, and we know now that this King of Wands, they are to encourage you guys to do not something drastic, but rather like something different that you are not very sure are you going to be successful with it or not. But the premise here, or rather like the point that this individual King of Wands is going to press on you, it is that, all right, so you do want something, right? Is thinking about it, or is your wishful thinking about it, it's a good, is able to get you there? No, right? So you got to do something about it, right? And that way they're going to pretty much subjugate your fear of the unknown, and thus boosting your bravery. And it's highly likely as well that you are going to get into cooperation with them, either a love one or career one, because Six of Swords is very good about that, where two people or a society of people are uniting under the mutual idea. However, right after the cooperation takes place, now we do have that this is not the Five of Swords, it is the Ten of a Swords. And now the reading changes. I'm not very familiar with these cards. I just love how they look. All right, that is probably a third time I have I drew them. So it's the Ten of Swords, guys, and that changes up the reading. So it's not, you're not going to question anything. In fact, you're going to find yourself being pretty determined to make a purge in your social circle, to make a purge into career, in the ways you do stuff into your career as well, to make a purge into your love life also, and in generally, you know, to sever up any ties you do have with these old ways, these magic circles that are always kind of like putting you in a situation with your back against the wall. And in most of the cases here with the Ten of Swords, the actions that you will have to take in order to sever these bridges, you know, or the decisions that you will have to make are going to be heartbreaking, not just only for you, well, not that much for you, but for others. But ultimately, your recognition is going to be that you will have to make those decisions or those actions no matter what. If you do want the sun to rise on your street once more, if you do want to be a witness of a new dawn is going to come into your life. It's just you got to make those kind of like a decisive actions and truly irrevocable decisions that probably you have not neglected, but either delaying or postponing by that point, hoping that something out there is going to happen that is going to sort out the situation and you will not have to do what is obvious that you will have to do. And right after that, we do have another individual here, and this one, it's more like a spiritual support of yours than anything else. Because after this tumultuous periods with the Ten of Swords, where you finally stepped up and just did what you had to do here, the fact that oh my God, how do I say that? The fact that you know that what you did was the right thing to do doesn't make you feel any better, right? Because it's always difficult to say to somebody that you care for very much, but you see that there is no purpose being around them, for example, to say to them that you are no longer going to be friends and so on and so forth. That is a heartbreaking, even though knowing that that is the right thing to do, right? And you will need a place of solace. You will need a place where you can recuperate your emotional state. And that place of solace is given to you by this individual. Now, this individual, Queen of Cups, it could be a man, it could be a woman as well. They are, how can I say, they do have a very deep understanding into your nature, but unlike Queen of Wands. So that is very similar to the Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands. They both have a very deep, profound understanding into the human nature, but in a different ways, okay? And I'm explaining that into my tarot classes. Queen of Cups, their understanding into the human nature, it is they understand what you're going through. They may never had the situation like yours, you know, and they may never had gone through what you are going through, but that does not mean that they do not understand it, right? And so this person understands very well what you are going through, how you feel, and thus they can offer you a shoulder to cry on, you know, a emotional and spiritual support. And also you can count on a huge discreetity here, if that's a word. In other words, that this person is very discreet, and you can literally, you know, share your thoughts and your emotions with them, knowing that they are going to be safe, and nobody is going to know, you know, how soft and fragile and vulnerable you have become after, you know, this push that you made in the very early stages of the week. And the accompanied card here, now we do have the Five of Swords, and these are a passive neutrals here. And this individual, Queen of Cups, she or he is how can I say, has that attitude that winning at all costs not always, how can I say, justifies the means, or the means does not always justifies the result. However, for her or for him here, as these are a neutral cards, has the opinion is very liberal in a sense of that it's not judgmental or adjudicating type of opinion. So regardless what you did, you can always find, like I said, an emotional or a spiritual, or even both of these support in the face of that queen. And right after that, we do have the Knights of Wands, and that is not an individual, that is just, you know, the continuation of your week after the cooperation with the two people, which cooperation you're going to keep up simultaneously here. Aries, you know, one is going to be more active than the other, the one with the queen, with the King of Wands. And here, after the healing of your emotions, then the phase stands as a very enterprising phase. That is towards the end of the week here, where there are going to be quite a few things coming about, and it is up to you to decide which one you want to associate yourself with, like you know, what kind of an activity you want to participate into, what kind of a project you want to develop, or what kind of a hobby you do want to develop. Knights of Wands, I'm sorry, it's a card which shows that you're going to have a very strong impulse, a big impulse to for discovery and for, it's not like for learning, but for a trying out. Now, the key here is that as soon as you do find something that works for you, right? As soon as you do find a way that works for you in terms of a relationship and in terms of love, as soon as you do find a way that works for you in terms of career, you got to stick with that way, because after that, this momentum, this impulse from the Knights of Wands transforms into a burnout. Because that's the purpose of the card, for you to find a way that works for you, which is enterprising, which is very interesting way, which is a way that is going to keep up your enthusiasm. But if you are perfectionist, for example, when you always try to find a better one and a better one and a better one, you risk to find yourself being burned out. Another thing about the card here is that it's highly likely that you are also going to receive a helping hand. That is for a sheer reason that your situation is going to be very interesting to some people. They will feel compelled to pretty much lend you a hand and to help you. And you are finishing up the week here with the Three of Wands. And at the end of the week, guys, you're going to find yourself sitting on a very solid patterns and well-established foundations, okay? And you are going to be pretty pleased with your situation, because what you're going to find at the end of the week is that your situation fully reciprocates to your expectations. And now the question stands, you know, how far you can go, because at the end of the week, you got to think of enterprises or of endeavors that appear to be challenging for you. Requesting from you to expand your limits, requesting from you to expand your capabilities, your knowledge as well, so you can grow. That is how the growth from the Three of Wands manifests, by one, challenges thyself to simply be better, okay? And that itself speaks that there are going to be many doors at the end of the week that are waiting for you to open them. The only thing you got to do there is just set your mark and try to simply do something that is a little bit more difficult than the things you've done before. Or if we're talking about relationships, something a little bit different than the things that were before. Here we can say this parable that if you try to do one thing, if you try to do something the same way you tried it before, you know, no wonder that you are not growing, or even that you are doing errors. Is because if something isn't growing and it's you are doing errors into it, then obviously one has to try something different. So with that being said, Aries, this was your weekly general tarot reading, guys, June 21st up until June 27th, 2021. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do like it, and we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.